Hi there, it's July 23rd and time for Proverbs 23. Let's jump over there and we'll get into it. Now this is important, this whole right here. When you sit down to dine with a ruler, consider carefully what is before you and put a knife to your throat if you have a big appetite. Right? Don't desire his choice food, for that food is deceptive. Right? When a ruler or dignitary or a prospective employer invites you to a meal, he's not feeding you because you're hungry. He wants to watch the way you act, okay? He wants to watch. If you put salt on your food before tasting it, that's going to say something about your personality, that you don't trust people or his cooks, or if you're rude to the servants or the waiters, he's going to note that. The whole reason he's inviting you is to watch how you act, all right? So don't go, that's not the reason for the meeting. All right? Important stuff. Okay, verse 4. Don't wear yourself out to get rich. Stop giving your attention to it. As soon as your eyes fly to it, it disappears. For it makes wings for itself and flies like an eagle to the sky. Okay, now this, we're continuing. This is still part of the 30 wise sayings that you're supposed to memorize, right? This would be 6 and 7. Don't wear yourself out to get rich. Some people spend their whole life getting money, and then their life's over. And I have the money. Now what happens? It's the end. You're dead. Money flies away. Spend time with your loved ones. Don't eat a stingy person's bread, and don't desire his choice food, for it's like someone calculating inwardly. Eat and drink, he says to you, but his heart is not with you. You will vomit the little you've eaten and waste your pleasant words. I'm not highlighting these because they're the 30 sayings we're supposed to memorize. It just says, don't eat a stingy person's bread. All right? It's like someone calculating inwardly. How do you tell if you're with a stingy person? He's always going to tell you how much something costs. Okay? A stingy person will tell you what something costs. You know, we paid $14 for that steak. Man, it's getting crazy, these prices nowadays. Never directed at you, but he wants you to hear it. And inwardly, he'll be calculating, I mean, I paid $14 for a steak, and he's drinking $6 worth of beer, and and inside he's going to be... it's just going to make you sick. Somebody like that doesn't make a good friend. Hey, don't speak to a fool, for he will despise the insight of your words. Very simply. Don't speak to stupid people or fools. Okay? Don't move an ancient boundary marker, and don't encroach on the fields of the fatherless, for their Redeemer is strong, and he will take up their case against you. You don't have a lot out today. There is some encroachment, okay? People still encroach on other people's property. They want to take a couple of feet for themselves. Hey, apply yourself to discipline and listen to words of knowledge. Is that what we're doing here? Yeah, I would say so. Don't withhold discipline from a youth. If you beat him with a rod, he will not die. Strike him with a rod, and you will rescue his life from hell. Got that? Discipline your kids. That includes spanking. My son, if your heart is wise, my heart will indeed rejoice. My innermost being will cheer when your lips say what is right. All right. Don't you love it when your kids speak wise things and they're very smart and you could be proud of them? Yeah, that's a good thing. Okay. Don't let your heart envy sinners. Instead, always fear the Lord, for then you will have a future, and your hope will never fade. That's important too. Don't let your heart envy sinners. All these rich people, they don't have a God. Their God is money, and it will go away. Follow the Lord, fear the Lord, have awesome respect for the Lord. Then you'll have a future, and your hope will never fade. All right, it's just that simple. Listen, my son, and be wise. Keep your mind on the right course. Don't associate with those who drink too much wine, or with those who gorge themselves on meat, for the drunkard and the glutton will become poor, and grogginess will clothe them in rags. Okay? I'm not sure if that's one saying or two sayings. Okay, this could be two. Well, let's do this. Let's undo it. I'll make this one a different color. There you go. Yeah, it's still the wrong color. Let's make it green. Well, won't let me. Oh well. We know what it is. Don't associate with those who drink too much, or those who eat too much. Alright? You'll become poor. Hey, 22. Listen to your father who gave you life, and don't despise your mother when she is old. Okay? Honor your parents. Honor your parents. Buy and do not sell truth, wisdom, instruction, and understanding. Don't sell truth. Okay? That's interesting, isn't it? Buy and do not sell truth. Ever hear these motivational speakers? For only $29.95, I will show you the secret of selling their wisdom, they think. Right? 24, the father of a righteous son will rejoice greatly, and one who fathers a wise son will delight in him. Let your father and mother have joy, and let those who... I'm highlighting these because I'm going to count them afterwards. 26. My son, give me your heart, and let your eyes observe my ways. For a prostitute is a deep pit, and a stranger is a narrow well. Indeed, she sets an ambush like a robber, and increases those among men who are unfaithful. Right? So we had 5. How many do we have now? We'll start with 5. There was 5 yesterday. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So far there's 20. And this whole rest of this chapter is on one subject, and it's all together. I usually highlight it and talk about it, but today we'll just read it. It talks about the woes of alcoholism, right? Who has woe? Who has sorrow? Who has conflicts? Who has complaints? Who has wounds for no reason? Who has red eyes? Those who linger over wine, and those who go looking for mixed wine or mixed drinks or liquor. Don't gaze at wine because it is red, and when it gleams in the cup and goes down smoothly. In the end, it bites like a snake and stings like a viper. Your eyes will see strange things, and you will say absurd things. You ever listen to a drunk person speak? It's absurd. You will be like someone sleeping out at sea or lying down on top of a ship's mast. They struck me, but I feel no pain. They beat me, but I didn't know it. When will I wake up? I'll look for another drink. Right. I was talking about hangovers. Right? You wake up with a hangover, you feel like somebody beat you, but you didn't feel them beat you. Okay? And, you feel like you were, on top of a ship's mast doing this and got run over by a truck. It's all about that. So, so there you have it. There's more of the, we're up to 20 of the 30 wise sayings. All right. I guess this whole thing could be considered 21 because it's all. Get down here. Whoops. That's a thing. Don't get stuck in alcohol, right? I don't know if I want to go over all of these. I highlighted them because I was counting 30 wise sayings. Okay? First one, when you sit down with a ruler, consider carefully what you eat and put a knife to your throat if you have a big appetite. Don't desire his choice food, for that food is deceptive, right? He's watching the way you act. He's watching the way you conduct yourself, the way you treat people. Every little nuance he's going to notice. And the other one, don't wear yourself out to get rich. Stop giving your attention to it. You got that? That's all some people think about. They try so hard to get rich that they never enjoy their life. Okay? And as soon as you get it, it's gone. Right? And so this is 6, 7, 8. Eighth wise saying, don't eat a stingy person's bread or don't desire his choice food, for it is like someone calculating inwardly. Right? He's always going to tell you what something costs, what he paid for something. Right? And it will be in an offhand way that you want, that is, so he's not saying it to you directly. You know, do you know the price of beer has gone up to $12 a 6-pack? I remember when it was $8. $12 a 6-pack. Here, have a beer. Right? Okay. And he's calculating inwardly. Those kind of people are no fun to be around. Right? And we all know somebody like that. And this one, don't speak to a fool, for he will despise the insight of your words. Right? You automatically know when a person's just going to laugh at you or yell at you or punch you, and just don't even speak to those people. Okay? Don't even speak to them. Don't move ancient boundary markers. Apply yourself to discipline and listen to words of knowledge. That's what we're doing here. Don't withhold discipline from a youth. If you beat him with a rod, he will not die. Strike him with a rod, and you will rescue his life from Sheol or hell. Right here. Spank your kids. Okay? And the next one, my son, if your heart is wise, my heart will indeed rejoice. My innermost being will cheer when your lips say what is right. We all love to hear our children speak what is right. And the next one, don't let your heart envy sinners. Instead, always fear the Lord, for then you'll have a future and your hope will never fade. Don't let your heart envy these rich people, these singing stars, these celebrities, these rich people. Okay? Instead, just follow God. Concentrate on following God, and you will always end up in the right place. Okay? And a short one, listen, my son, be wise, and be wise. Keep your mind on the right course. Okay? And the next one, don't associate with those who drink too much wine, or with those who gorge themselves on meat. For the drunken and the glutton will become poor, and grogginess will clothe them in rags. Right? And the next one, listen to your father who gave you life, and don't despise your mother when she is old. Very important. Honor your parents. And the next one, buy and do not sell truth, wisdom, instruction, and understanding. Don't sell truth, wisdom, instruction, and understanding, but buy it. Right? Buy a Bible. And the next one, the father of a righteous son will rejoice greatly, and the one who fathers a son, a wise son, will delight in him. Right? I like my kids. They're pretty smart. And this one, my son, give me your heart and let your eyes observe my ways. For a prostitute is a deep pit, and a stranger a narrow well. Indeed, she sets an ambush like a robber. Right? Give me your heart. Stay away from these kind of people. They're a trap. They're a pit. And then the one about alcoholism, we won't go over that. So there you go. That's Proverbs 23. We are up to like, I think 22 of the 30 wise sayings. We're supposed to memorize all of these. That's why I highlighted them. We're supposed to memorize them. Okay, in one form or another, you need to memorize them. So, there you go. We are still studying Isaiah through the Bible in a year. We're on day 205 now. So, going through Isaiah. It's a tough book. I mean, there's like 66 chapters in it, and he says stuff that, it's hard to understand. Okay? Stuff that hasn't happened yet, even still, and he wrote it, 750 years before Christ, and he wrote all about Christ. So, God's known about this plan for forever. But there you have it. Give us a like if you think about it. But until later, we'll do it again. See ya.